welcome back for another episode of the Intellect Connect Podcast. Yo, you got your two hosts with the most. You got your boy Cam. You got D, and we back, man. But we switched it up today. We here on the Saturday, okay? We out here in the elements. We got the cicadas trying to chime in, you know. We ain't gonna tell you about the bloopers that we just had, but we out here. So last time we were talking about your birthday, you know, Gemini season here. Your birthday was coming up. How was that? Hold on. How old you turn?
28, man. 2 years from 30.
Niggas pushing 30.
Don't do that, man. You just went right back, coming around the corner, man. Leave us here.
I'm just saying, bro. We right there. We 10 years out of high school.
We pushing 30, man.
What you
Most
mean?
definitely. And I'm glad you said that, bro. Potomac alum and Forceville alum. Even though I'm sorry for it, man. I love Potomac more. This is me. You know, when we gonna do our reunion, man? You 10 years in now.
Bro, me and Mook, we in talks right now. We put it out there on Twitter, but we in talks right now. We're going honestly try to mesh it with 2010 and get that done this summer, hopefully.
See, I wasn't nervous.
Yeah, I mean, but still, you still gonna be able to tap in.
Y'all got those are my two people, man. You know everybody, you know everybody, so.
I mean, all hands on deck. What you mean?
Hey, Mook, when you see this, bro, I'm sorry, Sean. I love you, baby. I want you on, you know, you and Sean can connect with y'all food, man. That's good eats for the potato drink. Great eats. Yeah,
but tap in for your birthday. What happened? Tell us about it.
My lady came through with a surprise, man. I want to say thank you. I was very surprised.
Try the surprise.
Come on, man. Don't do my man Mark like that, man. My man Mark is accidentally do the surprise. Not necessarily, because, you know, we had a good time, good vibes. I want to thank my lady for surprising me. I want to thank her folks for coming through. I want to thank my man for coming through. It was wonderful.
Was that your first time ever getting like a surprise party?
Since I was like an adolescent. Man.
Respect.
You know, all the time. But you know me, I don't really go nowhere like that. But like I told you, you don't invite me out without pop out, but I ain't. Unless it was like a go-go back in our time, back in the day, that's the only type of move I'm gonna make. Which I'm about to do on my own.
Respect.
I'm my own body for real, bro. You know, Saturdays, I'm watching college games, college football and shit, bro.
So you're a sportsaholic?
Yeah, man. You know, I ain't really, unless y'all got a move, I ain't really going nowhere, man.
All right, cause we got to talk about something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You told me a story at your birthday party. Let's tap into that story real quick. Okay, so let's talk about the 7 edibles that you ate, right?
Chill out, bro.
We had to tell him, bro. Like, it's no way you eating 7 edibles. I don't care what type of heavyweight smoker you are, what type of heavyweight edible person you are. You're not tapping into 7 edibles.
I'm gonna rescind that, bro, because you know I was given some B-Day. And then 2 drinks we had me cook.
Okay.
So whoever
not 7.
So whoever tried to look out for whatever for them drinks, it was bad. It was bad.
They probably just didn't do the process the right way.
I'm gonna put it that way. They didn't know what they were doing, or they probably left the stuff out. Because the 2 I was given, I was straight.
Right. Punished you, right?
I ain't punished you.
Nah, you get what I mean. They had you.
Now I ain't gonna lie. I got up the shower. I tried to get my clothes. About then, fresh clothes. And like, bro, I found myself digging in that joint for like a whole 10 minutes. And Sean was just looking like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to tell you, man.
But nah, I mean,
they not nothing to be played.
Somebody just, they left a step out, or maybe
they didn't potent enough. No, bro. What they forgot to do was, I want to say the word for it's carbonate the weed, where you cook the weed first at 200 or so degrees to activate the THC. If you leave that step out, you kind of just eat. I think that it would just be like CBD or something.
Yeah, they definitely left this stuff out. You know, whatever, man.
Yeah, but all in all, you enjoyed your birthday.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. I don't know what's up. I'm not complaining, but Flight Club, you know, I was gifted with some red Flint 13s for the B-Day. It's supposed to come today,
but they
ain't no type of. I'm not crying, but I'm grown. I don't need to gift for my B-Day, but you know.
No, I mean it's the thought that.
Shout out to you too, yeah, baby.
But Did you enjoy it? Like, you enjoyed yourself altogether?
Nah, I definitely did, bro. Appreciate everybody for coming through.
I did not peer pressure him into drinking. He had no drinks.
I'm not gonna do that anyway. But the first time he didn't, and he laid off, bro, because for his B-Day 2018,
I just tried to get my man to take a shot with me. Just a shot.
Like, bro,
Just a shot, bro.
Alcohol is not my thing, bro.
All in all, one day my man gonna have a drink with me, and when that happens, we'll rejoice. You dig? Even if it's just a small little, one little shot or one little mixed cocktail.
A shot of Mountain Dew.
This man,
I'm not drinking.
you might as well try to get advertisement about it, bro.
I'm trying, bro. Come on, Mountain Dew. Come on, I'm getting it.
Man, let's tap into today, man. How has 2021 been for you? I know you got some recent updates recently in the past week. Let's talk about it. Let's dive into you.
Well, 2020 was different for all of us because the first year of the pandemic or whatever, just trying to adjust.
They spanked us.
Yeah, you had people, still got people doing it, scamming, unemployment, all that stuff.
See, now you got people beating on it.
But I was all for one, but I'm not doing it, bro. I got kids. I ain't putting myself in that trick bag, bro. That's big. But just starting to work back again, bro, and get things back in motion. We ready to get our own place.
Respect.
We definitely want to make that move, bro. Respect.
So, new job, kicked off. How's that for you? No, I mean, you don't got to tell them where it's at, but
I actually start next week. Even though I started, I get the schedule next week. So
okay.
Start.
Okay, so you have something solid.
Yeah, I got something going on. So, job is pretty laid back, bro. It matches my personality for the most part. I'm making more than I was last year. $1.50 more, and I got less business.
Respect. I mean,
it's just one of those things where you just gotta stay away.
I mean, just the simple fact that you back working, getting on your feet, getting it on your own, Not that you weren't already, because you were still doing your job. You were doing Instacart and stuff. DoorDash, respect, I mean, I feel like that just shows like your perseverance, where you wouldn't let anything hold you back, or stay down.
Most definitely, bro.
In a negative way. You stay down in a positive way.
Most definitely, bro. I read a quote Monday. I don't be trying to spam my man, bro, because I know he got kids too. But like, I'm in the coach and stuff like that, bro. I don't be trying to see very quick. I come across like, God, bro. I try to get a little work-life balance, bro. Like, I don't try to text you every day about the podcast.
Bro, it wouldn't matter to me regardless.
It's not just work. We was men first before this podcast ever was a thought.
Right.
But the quote basically was like, the only thing that holds us back are the things that we allow to hold us back.
Right.
Just simple.
Respect.
Put, Respect. Try not to let things bother me until they will hold me back.
I can dig that. Shit, 2021 for me, yo. Well, let's step into 2020. Bro, terrible times. Times that I never thought I would be at. Like, it was times like back in the day where I would go, I know I would never be here. And I'll never do that again.
Financially or just
period.
Period.
Everything, all around the board. I was tapped out in life, like financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Bro, I lost so much weight, bro. I was down to 115 pounds, bro.
Bro, when I say, we probably, I ain't seen you at 115.
Yeah, you did. 2020? It's impossible. It honestly started 2019.
Bro,
I started to lose weight.
I didn't see you at 115.
You did, bro. I honestly, I got all the way down to 113.
Bro, I did not see you at 115, bro.
Listen, I'm back up now. I'm back 133 on the regular. You did. Hey, shit, it wasn't even that, bro. It's the stress. It's the depression. It's the anxiety. That's what took my weight away.
I think mine was my stress.
Yeah. It's different. It's different for different people, types of bodies. Like, I got a high metabolism, so me only eating one time a day, me not eating at all, me snacking, like that takes a toll.
Anytime I really lose like that, a heartbreak, that's everybody. You want to drop.
That shit, cause it's more. it's physical too. A lot of people only talk about the emotional side. No, it's physical too. You actually feel the detachment. You feel the hurt. You feel the pain. Yeah, bro. It's that tightness in your chest. Nah, but then we get to 2021, bro. And I'll tell you right here, bro. January 1st, everything changed. It was literally like a switch of flip. Like, I wasn't sad every day anymore. I journaled. I stopped taking ownership of that hurt, that pain, and not in a bad way. I stopped taking ownership as in, I'm not going to stay in this moment. I'm not going to hold on to the bad thoughts. I'm giving it away. It's not mine anymore. I'm not taking this depression. It's not mine. I'm not taking this anxiety. It's not mine. And ever since then, bro, ever since I just disowned that shit, I've been up.
So let me ask you a question. So,
You gotta speak up, bro.
Let me ask you a question, bro. My bad. So, when an inconvenience comes your way, do you try to rationalize? Do you
Not in the instant.
do you get in your feelings about it first? How do you go? Let's say, Lord forbid, let's say you're on your way to work, you get a flat.
Right.
Are you tripping?
You know what's crazy that you say that? That shit happened 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Bro. The most randomest shit. I'm driving and I'm going like 495 going towards Tyson's Corner. All of a sudden, I don't know what this sound is. I'm like, nah, bro. The last time I heard that sound, a tire blew out. I get the notification on my dashboard, my tire blew out, and then I start hearing the sound. So I pull over. I hurry up and get over. I get off the road. I gotta be to work in, let's say, 30 minutes. I have a lot of stuff in my trunk, in my truck. It's gonna take for me to sort through my stuff, find my jack, find my twist thing to lift my jack, find my lift and my jack, and be able to get my tire out. So I had to take everything out, bro. That's 15 minutes in itself. I gotta call my job. That's 5 minutes in itself. So now it's just putting me behind. Yeah. But luckily I was able to, get through it, get my tire on myself, because I thought about just sitting there calling my insurance and telling them to send like a person out to come do it for me. That's what I paid for. Yeah, exactly. But in the instance, my initial reaction is, what the fuck? Like how? Like, why right now where I'm on my way to work? So of course, my initial reaction is emotion. Yeah. And then I go into, all right, well, I can't just sit in this moment. I can't just sit here and just let this take a toll on me. I gotta actually take some action. So my action would be do it myself, or just sit there and just bullshit for whatever amount of time. Mm-hmm. With waiting for them, that's a cool 2 hours, bro. Yeah. And I'm not trying to lose that time.
That's enough.
Yeah. I'm not trying to lose that time. So I get the tire on this shit, and I had to work. So my supervisor calls me back while I'm doing it, and he's like, how long you think you're gonna be? I'm like, bro, I don't know. No, it's not even that. It's bro. The longer I'm talking to you, the longer it's gonna take. Yeah, I will let you know. So he goes, shout out to my dog. He goes, and he subscribed to the podcast.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, so he goes, I'll just put you down for like an hour and 30. I'm like, cool, because I really don't know. Bruh, I finished that, bruh. I got to work at, I'm supposed to be there at 7, I got there at 7:20, 7:15 actually. Hey, you did. Hey, bro, for real, bro. I was out that joint, jacking that joint up. Hey, moving, you did. But yeah, like, with inconvenience, I go through my process, bro. I do not short my process. It's emotional first, and then it's do something. You going self-loathe, or you going, get that shit done.
Yeah, bro, like me, most of the time it's just trying to rationalize, bro. It depends on what it is, but most of the time it's like I could be numb to the emotion. It's like, okay, if I got to do this, I'm short on the bill, or it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm about to say, honestly, it depends on that. It depends on if it's like emotional discrepancy, if it's financial discrepancy. Because with financial, if you don't got it, you really just don't got it.
Yeah, so it's like, I can't walk around mad. Let me just go find means to go get it. Let me do what I can. If I need help, I need help. But let me do what I can. But I was asking you, but sometimes I don't, but like sometimes it's like all emotion, man. And then
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's sometimes that might be your due process.
but then with with Shawnee, it's like it's emotion. Oh, with Shawnee, it's like it's emotion,
Right.
So it's like I'm not trying to be numb to the emotion, but it's like, okay, look, I'm short on this, or we short on this. Let's think of a way.
Right.
But sometimes I don't give her space to feel about it. Like, I'm like, all right, let's just do this. I'm tripping. Let's go do this.
Oh, okay. So because you like, all right, let's not even worry about it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Instead of giving her time to process and go through her range of emotions.
Exactly, bro.
So what can you do to change that?
Try to listen. Just try to listen and let her feel. Let her feel how she. Let her feel first, because we don't have feelings.
Right.
But then I need her to come around like, okay, so what we gonna do? Let's rationalize it.
So do you think that she feels that same way with you in certain instances?
That I'm not being emotional enough?
No, that she's not giving you your due process. Do you think that she goes through that?
Oh, probably so. Probably so. Like sometimes, we starting to lean upon one another.
Right.
It's like, okay, I know she got the emotions, and I know he's going to rationalize, so he's going to try to find some logic behind it, make sense of it all.
Right.
Because, look, bro, I don't really care. Like, not to say it that way, but if we run into something, I just want to over it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not that simple, though, bro.
Yeah,
like, everybody's process is not that simple.
It's not, bro, and that's what I'm learning. Like, shit, I was just taught, bro, like, okay, you got a problem. Yeah, Phil. Yes, Phil. Like you said, sometimes sometimes it's not that simple. It's not.
All right.
It's not. I agree.
So, with that being said, can we tap into a conversation that we had off the camera that same day we recorded?
Yeah.
So,
show me up on the
hey, listen, bro, because we got to tap into that, bro.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to support systems, bro, do you feel like you need the recognition? Because you felt like, in a way, that she wasn't supporting something that you value. You felt like, in a way, that she, in your language, wasn't supporting the way that you wanted to.
Yeah.
So the way that you approached the situation, do you feel like you could have handled it differently? Because the way that you told me, I was like, nah, but you're totally wrong.
Yeah. I could have handled it better.
Okay, so let's dive into the situation because the people don't know. So
as far as the podcast, I said,
you made a comment.
I made a comment. In so many words, I would like a little more support. You don't support it.
Talk to the people.
Now, I did not mean that you don't support it all, you don't care.
Right.
It's just, like you just said, love language-wise, I was looking for more acknowledgement.
Right.
Not that you don't support, not that you don't care. I worded it wrong, I went about it wrong. So that led her to feel like, that's the emotion right there, what I'm talking about. That led her to feel like, I'm saying that you don't care and you don't support the podcast at all.
Right.
I wasn't going there.
Right.
And like I told you, I wasn't going there, but I agree with both of y'all. The way I put it,
right.
She had everybody go on with it.
Because the way that you wanted the support to be shown was for a section of the podcast, like just pinpoint something.
Yeah.
Just pinpoint something and talk about it.
Yeah, it's like if a rapper send you their album or mixtape, they probably don't want you to go word for word on every song.
Right, like a quote would be fine.
Yeah, they ask you, what was your favorite song? Give me a favorite song, or what was your favorite line? That's all. Like, it was simple to me. Like, it wasn't that deep.
Like, exactly what you're talking about. I seen example of Nicki Minaj going up to the Breakfast Club, and this is why she doesn't go up to the Breakfast Club anymore, because when she went up there, she was asking them about the album that she had just released, and none of them had listened to it. They couldn't even. I feel like that's bad journalism, bad professionalism, like everything. Like that's your job to be able to talk to. Even with Megan Thee Stallion, when Buddy had asked about her mom and her mom had just passed away, like, well, how do you not know this?
And it's fake. Yeah, like, bro, excuse me. With that, it's a little different because that's your guest.
Mm-hmm. This is personal.
It takes 2 seconds to Google, you know, what they got going on. Like, if we invite a guest over here, and they got something, and they're creating art, they got content, and they say, well, what was your favorite episode back then? And we like, what's your favorite movie?
Right, I don't know.
You look unprepared.
It was one of them.
Oh, so you just got me on for clout.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's your reason of talking to me? You don't have no type of rapport.
Right.
But with me, with that situation, it was just like, you know, I didn't mean to say, and I did not mean that you don't support me. It was just more so like, just feedback.
Right.
Just a little feedback.
You wanted the support differently. You wanted more.
Feedback.
Yeah. Alright, so sorry y'all, we had to switch locations, you know, the weather got to my phone and it started overheating. It's the second time today, honestly. But how did y'all resolve that situation?
We talked about it, and as far as like, I compared the podcast to her Shawnee meals.
Which part?
Like if she was to make a whole Shawnee meal for me and I just ate it, and she asked me what was my favorite part. You know, and I just said, like you just said, I ate it.
Right, well, it was good. I don't remember what it was, but.
And she came around and I said, I apologize, and we laughed. And, you know, I said, you know, Darian put it more in perspective for me. So, you know.
Yeah, like, one thing with me, where if you ever come to me for advice, I'm not going to give you just because I'm your man, I'm not going to tell you that you're right about a situation. Yeah. And we talked about that in, I think, one of our other podcasts. I can't put you on a pedestal of being a real guy if you want me to just to agree with you about some shit.
Most definitely, bro. So, I appreciate that too.
All right, man, you know. But with that being said, like, with recognition, like, how does that go for you? Do you feel like you need to be, for it to be, like, announced? Like, do you need that recognition? Do you need an acknowledgement when you do something? Like,
more so just acknowledgement. Like, you don't have to shout it out to the world. As long as you can say, hey, I see what you're doing, I like what you're doing, or I like how you did this, maybe you could work on this. This point is just, nobody wants to do something that they passionate about and nobody can get them feedback.
Right.
Like, good or bad, right? Good or bad. Like, you brought up the Nicki Minaj situation on the Breakfast Club. You know, like, I just feel like if you bring, in that situation a little different because they bring her on, they can't tell her songs on the album, it's unprofessional, it looks fake. Yeah. And you know,
unprepared, like all that.
Journalism, it's just bad. It looks bad, man.
Like that's your whole profession, and you're not taking it serious.
We can't bring somebody on the pod, and then you know we don't really know much about them. Maybe not on a personal tip, but that's what the pod's for. But
yeah, like if we're bringing them on to promote something of theirs.
And then you like, oh, they like how you like the movie, how you like the song, and we sitting there like, oh, it was cool.
Like, give me some blind ass and not really giving no detail to it. I did what you said, and I get your perspective on the situation. But I just feel like, you know, a lot of times people don't. I can't really. How do I word this?
Take the time to word things right.
Yeah, like let me learn from my man. People don't really take the time to acknowledge when somebody is going above and beyond for them, or at least doing something that honestly they didn't have to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because it's like, what happens the next time around where you feel like they're gonna do it just by default, and they like, nah, like, you know, I'm the type of guy that appreciate an acknowledgement, and you ain't even take the time to acknowledge what I just did for you.
Yeah.
Even I'm not gonna tell you that though.
No, you shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't, because it should be a given.
Right.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't want to. I don't want to ever overextend like I used to. Like, do this and doing that, and then not like getting to the bare minimum of the appreciation.
How long? I'm sorry to cut you off. How long until you realize that you feel as though like that you're overextending?
now that I actually pay attention, it'll probably only take once.
Okay.
But back then it would take forever. I ain't gonna hold you because I would say I'm gonna stop doing something where you didn't do anything this time, or you didn't show me appreciation. Then I would go, let me do it again.
Yeah.
Just like I'm all for giving chances. You dig what I'm saying? Like you may not be able to do it right the first time, but maybe the second or the third or the fifth or the sixth. Like I was just, that's how I was. I was like, you'll get it right eventually because I'm okay with taking time.
Yeah.
I'm okay with progressing. I'm trying to work with you to better you, and then you're still being stagnant about the situation.
We all make mistakes too. So the person could have just had a little fuck up.
I mean, I wasn't technically. I mean, once I say something to you, it's no longer just a little fuck up. It's just you just ignoring the situation.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
That's true.
What's your perspective on like being like that yes man or having like a yes man syndrome?
As far as like in a relationship, it can be very dangerous. And like I want to say 2018, I was working for Allied University, and I had like an OG pull me aside. He wasn't talking to me like he knew something, but he was just telling me just out loud, just give me some game. He was like, never show a woman something that you can't upkeep.
Right. Introduce her to an energy that you can't uphold.
Yeah, so like, don't try to get her with diamonds, because there might come a time when you can't afford the diamonds and you can't afford the big expensive things.
Right.
You don't want her to fall in love with that. Show her you first,
right,
before you show her anything else.
So basically, try to give her or show her a life that you can't really uphold.
Yeah, but just even with that, like, let her, and you will want to fall in love with a person's personality, because if you fall in love with a person for how they look, looks can deteriorate.
Right. Basically, like no substance.
Yeah, you fall in love. Make sure you fall in love with the person's personality, because you're gonna deal with their personality every day.
Right.
Money comes and goes.
Yeah. So. Another big thing is mindset, bro. A person with an ugly mindset is like they could be top tier. Like they could be top tier, but if they got like an ugly mindset, bro, that'll throw the whole puzzle off. It like that last piece just don't fit.
That's key for me, bro. Like that's why it's childish, but like back in the day, like high school days, it's childish.
What?
But what I would do was like when I started liking a girl, we get serious. I act like an asshole on the phone on purpose to see how she act. Cause that was my way of seeing how she would do in a bad situation.
I get what your thought process is.
It was like I said, it was childish, it was wrong, bro. But I just wanted to see like, okay.
This nigga was out here so sabotaging.
Like, I'm not like an asshole today. I'm gonna see.
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna see if she can handle it, or I'm gonna see how she goes about it. Like, what's her mentality?
But
like,
what if she was one and done? Like, what if she was?
Bro, we like 15, 16. You on to the next. You on to the next. Like, okay, I'll call so-and-so. Well, I get on Uber. It's back in the day, bro.
Look at your man.
We not in a relationship, bro. We talking. So
okay.
He's in the Uber, like, she glitching. Okay. Get on here with her. But, like, what I was trying to get to was I got older, like, basically, I just wanted to see how they handle things. Stressful situation, bro. It's like, when you take certain jobs, they give you a stress test.
Right.
How do you handle when things go wrong? Because the mentality is everything for me, bro. Like, you being around that mostly negative person, I can't take that.
Or it's all good, and then that final time when it get bad, and that you really don't know how that person's gonna react or how you're gonna react with that person.
Yes.
I get it.
It was horrible, bro. It was wrong. It was bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but bro, we've done childish stuff. I was like 14, 15. I want to say I cut it off at 16.
Respect.
I cut it off, bro, but I just wanted to see like.
Okay, so let's dive into that. At what time did you really take a step back and feel like I matured?
After my relationship in Potomac, like after that one, so I sat back and started saying things. I started to mature. I'm not gonna say I was mature because we was like 18, 19, going on 19.
Okay.
So I started like learn who I was as a person. Like, okay, I need to start working on this. I have this going for myself. I want to say I started to learn like what type of woman that I probably should be talking to, because you never know.
Right.
That was around that time. How about yourself?
Where I feel like I started to mature, I feel like, and I don't want to say it like this, but I feel like it took for me to lose it all to acknowledge that I needed change.
Yeah. I
feel like I had already knew that the time was coming, but I was like slow walking it. You dig what I'm saying? So it was like, I'll say it was, honestly, I'll say it wasn't too long ago.
That's what's up.
That's why I can honestly say, maturity wise and like just mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm on a whole nother level now. Because I acknowledge my energy. And that's one thing that I never knew about, like growing up, like was like you hear about auras and mood rings and stuff like that, but you don't acknowledge your energy. You don't know how to.
Yeah.
So, and like once I learned that with energy and like the transference of energy, and this person is really bringing down the energy or your mood, or is it really good for you? That's when I started to realize, and I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and really focus on my mental health. I need to take a step back and really focus on my spiritual health. Like that's when I started meditating. That's when I started using my Tibetan song bowl. That's when I started journaling. And I'm honestly at the best I've ever been at in my life.
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
That's why I say started to. Like after the song, because I had to go through talking to females. I started to reflect, bro. Like, you know, being single, for the time I was being single, like why this part didn't work out with this female, what I could have done better, and like what I'm going to, what I put people through, what I bring to the table, both bad and good. And like looking like, okay, bro, you got to work on this. That's why I despise, I'm not perfect, but I despise when people say like, you feel like, I have people say this sometimes, like you feel like you're perfect.
Well, why would they say it wasn't the way that you carried yourself?
Probably because like I know I'm self-aware, bro. I try to be self-aware. You can tell me, bro. Like when I come to you about a situation, I think for the most part, I try to tell you my part, and if I'm wrong, like you tell me I was wrong, I didn't fight. So like I try to be fair, but like some people, you know, like you think you perfect, you think you I acknowledge my wrong. Like when I told you when we came to the car and talked about the situation, I said, yeah, bro, I was wrong. It's not like I was fighting you. Like that's why I hate when people say that to me. Like,
no, when you brought it to, you was like, hey, bro, I really need your advice on this situation. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like I fought you or me. Like, yeah, I'm like, okay.
No, you acknowledge this the whole situation.
Like, I hate that, bro. Like, I'm a person, before I bring it before I put it in the air, I'm talking about, like, I'm going through it in my head. Like, okay, you know what, bro, maybe I overthink. So sometimes, like, maybe I was wrong.
But really, is that overthinking if that's your due process?
Yeah, it's probably not. But, you know, I agree with you. But I do try to get the scenario out in my head. Like, okay, maybe I could have thought about this a little better. It's not always another person.
Right.
You gotta, I'm gonna hold myself accountable first.
Okay.
Before
you go, okay.
Yeah,
but, okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe in karma?
Most definitely.
I just don't, bro. I just don't.
So, in what sense? So you saying if I do something...
If you do something bad, right? If you do something bad 7 years ago, do you feel like that's going to come around and something bad is going to happen to you eventually? Probably. If you do something bad to somebody?
It probably already did. And like, increments. Like, okay, people probably look at it like, okay, if you kill somebody...
You can't say that though, bro, because there's people that kill people and get away with it. It's people that get away with murder.
I'm glad you said that. You step right into it. Like, okay.
People that rob people and get away with it.
It doesn't have to hit you. That's what people, I feel like, will come with. I feel like, okay, let's say somebody gets away with murder. And it doesn't have to be like an eye for an eye. Like,
so how would it be, like your kid or something?
It can hit your kid. It don't have to be like, okay, let's say I go ahead and rob somebody. Okay, I might not get robbed, but down the line, it might hit my mom, it might hit my son, it might hit my daughter down the line, it might hit somebody else. And they don't have to get robbed. But something bad happened, like, you know, you might think like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Like, I just shouldn't have did that, bro. Like, people feel like you got away with something. Oh, you don't get away with anything, bro. Like, it'll hit you. Like, in the kid, and you know the old saying, like, our kids pay for our sins.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like it don't have to hit you. People feel like, oh, you finesse somebody because you ran off or something, bro.
I just don't believe in it.
No, bro, it's definitely there, bro. Like, you can't.
I don't believe in that, and I don't believe in astrology all the way, bro.
I don't believe in all of it. I see where they're going, but the rising moon, I'm not into all that.
Honestly, I take that back. I won't even say that because I just don't understand the astrology thing, like the rising moons or
yeah. I'm not that deep into it. I can tell you your sign, and I can tell you the traits. But then, like,
but the traits don't be all the same though. It depends on what type of Libra you like. If you're an early Libra, like in September, or if you're a late Libra in October.
You still have, everybody has their own personality, bro. You can be this way. That's what I feel like. You can be this way.
Yeah, but I feel like that's still not true because you'll meet somebody, you'll give them a totally different vibe, and they'll hit you with, "What's your sign?" Because you give all A and B's, and then you tell them, "Nah, I'm Z."
That's social media.
But still, no, it's in person reactions too. That's how you know you really hitting home with, like, if you meet a girl and she asks you what's your sign,
mm-hmm.
you hitting home. Yeah. Like you hitting a good nerve right there because she digging where you coming from.
Yeah, I mean my sign, bro. I got one. I'm a notorious. I think all of them are pretty. I'm notorious though. Like Geminis, most people just don't want to talk to them because the two faces and what they hear. But I'm like, look, if you know me or anybody know me, I'm not a two-faced person. Like, I could be blunt.
That's different though.
I could be a little bit emotionless sometimes. Like, if you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you the truth. So it could be like we talked about earlier before we had to come inside. Like, I will deal with the emotional. I mean, I'll deal with the emotional side last. Like, if you ask me, hey bro, what should I do or what you think? I tell you, just like you told me, you call it, bro, you're wrong. I'm just being blunt. I'm being honest with you because I want you to be honest with me. I'm not going to tell you no bullshit. And then you go out here thinking
that I'm in the right.
Because the karma, bro. I believe in karma, bro. Bro, it's there. So,
listen,
okay.
Bro, we're just going to have to agree to disagree.
We're not going to go personally. I got in trouble with the other podcast, man. Off camera. So we're not going to get personal. But okay, have you done anything? Let's keep it like this. We all took a pencil off the floor from one of our men or girl, a pen that we like. You ever gone back in class and somebody had your pencil or pen, or you couldn't find your pencil or pen? That's coming. It's simple. You got to the joint. You ever got a lunch line and then you had $5, you had dub on you, but you saw somebody, you stepped on their money, then you got back in line like,
no, because I wouldn't do no shit like that. If I see that junk fall straight from you, hey bro, boom, that's yours, bro. Hey, look, hey, you dropped this shit, bro. And now if you give me a hard time, say less. I tried.
Yeah, I mean you can't.
I just don't believe that because it's like, okay.
Is there karma in sports?
And karma in sports?
Yeah. If I injure you on purpose and I flex about it, and then I get popped next year, you wouldn't be like, that's karma.
No, I don't want to say that's karma. I just feel like there's people in the league looking out. Like, let's say you my man, somebody fuck you up. Next time I see them, I'm going to punish them. That's not karma though. That's just.
I feel like you may have taken the karma in your hands. Like you retaliated.
Right.
But look, it's karma if you made your mind like I'm not going to skunk him back, and he get hurt anyway. And you're like, I ain't want to see homeboy hurt, but that's karma for you. I mean, he put that in the air, bro. You put that energy. If you believe in energy,
listen. Because we're going to tap right after this. We're going to tap into divine timing. If you believe in that, kids, they get hit by stray bullets. You telling me that like let's say that their family is perfect. Like they don't do anybody wrong. They there for people, and then they just bow down on their luck. Straight bullet, take the little kid. Whose karma was that? You gonna tell me that was three grandfathers ago?
That may be.
Don't give me that shit, Chuck.
That might be. What do we call it? Free will. That just happened. It just happened. Some things just happen, and we can. What about the unexplained? That's just the unexplained. Like it just happened, bro. Some things just happen.
Okay, because I was having a conversation,
Uh-huh.
and it came down to divine timing. Like, it just was supposed to happen. Let's talk about, because I feel like there's always a wrong place, wrong time. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You could be in the wrong place, wrong time. So that eliminates the divine timing. Like, it just was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing supposed to happen?
No, I'm saying some things are not just it was supposed to happen like that. You know, it was meant to happen like that. They were called home early. Like, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him. We not on our own schedules, bro. You lead her up to God. It's the unexplained, bro. It's simple to me. Like, don't.
So who delivers in karma? Is that him too?
Does God deliver karma? I've never read anything in the Bible, but I have heard the scripture that vengeance is His. Right? Is vengeance not His? So, like, look, in my household, bro, if I did something wrong, my mom would tell me, like, let's say I was running. Sometimes I like to talk back, bro. So I'm talking back, I'm talking garbage, and then I clip over something, or something bad happens. That's my mom be like, that's God on your right there. See, that's God right there. And then like if my mom was being over the top, and then like let's say she cooking and then the grease pop her hand, you know, my brother Snippy be like, oh, that's God right there. Like it's just, hey, bro. I don't know, man.
This guy, man.
I don't know, man.
I feel like everybody got their own beliefs, bro. But it's a lot of stuff that I can't give this time of day.
So, but what you're saying is, but you're not trying to say, like when you first started, you're saying there's no karma. You're not getting to, you can do whatever you want to do.
No.
That's why I was getting like, hold on, bro. Don't tell me you think you could just skunk a person out and think you can
I just don't
around.
call it karma though. I just feel like
that's your due.
Yeah, like no, okay. Let's really dive into this. I feel like just like okay, let's say somebody we know gets killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, that person is going to get got, regardless of it being karma or somebody taking the vengeance into their own hand.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like karma is always the lo and behold.
Probably not. I agree. Okay, I agree with you. It's not always going to be karma because some things is just free will.
Yeah.
You got freak accidents, but then look.
That's the thing.
But look, that's a perception though.
That's what I'm about to say because it's always everybody's thought process.
That's how you perceive something because you can do dirty to somebody and you just get in a car accident, both of you lose your life. Right. Some people might say he got what he deserved. Some people might just say it's a freak accident. Okay. It's just about, I guess it's all about perception. Like now, if you know the person that was done wrong, you might be like, that's what his ass got. Like he wanted to live a certain way, but that's all perception. Because some people might say he shouldn't have went out like that, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, respect.
One more thing though, before we go, we have one more thing to touch on. We have one more thing to touch on.
Go ahead.
The Mr. Nice Guy syndrome.
Okay.
Dating wise and outside of dating, like, is it okay? When is it like? How do you? Couldn't get the words out. How do you break down the Mr. Nice Guy syndrome? Like when people basically are afraid to be nice, to look a certain way, like they don't want to come off sweet.
I would say perception is key on that situation because it's not necessarily you looking sweet. It's just you being a kind. Like it could be literally you being a kind person. Like let's say somebody I know will always ask for money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna give that person money because at that point I'm looking at it as I'm your big brother. I'm taking care of you now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to turn him down regardless of any way that he handles the situation. But it's just the simple fact that it's not yes man syndrome. It's I'm taking the whole or the stance of a big brother now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's perception with that. Like even with if it's a female or she feels like she's getting over on you, she only asks for this and then you don't hear from her and then she'll come pop back around. It's perception. Like at that point, I feel like that would be using you. But,
yeah. But do you agree with Do you agree with like when they doing that with the female part?
Because they know that you sweet.
Are you losing though? Are you losing anything when you're doing something for somebody?
No, because honestly,
genuine, from the bottom of your heart.
Honestly, it depends, bro. If you know you don't got it, but you giving this person your last, yes, I feel like that's detrimental.
That's what I was trying to get.
I feel like that's detrimental. I feel like at some point in time, you gotta realize that you are doing yourself a disservice. Like you're at the end of the day, you being stupid.
I'll cut off a finger for you, but I'm not gonna cut off my whole arm. Like, you know, here, you need this. I might not need the pinky, okay, but you're not gonna get the whole hand, bro. You know, because I need my hand.
Give a person an inch that take a mile.
Yeah, so it's like you gotta know, even when you genuine, bro. Like sometimes, okay, you gotta learn your lesson. You know, with certain people, bro, like in my life, just like I got certain people in my life, like we not counting favors. I don't care. They don't care. They ask me, hey, bro, it's cool. But you also have abusers. People that they ask you around a certain time, or
know that you're going through something,
or like they won't even say, hey, bro, I asked you last time, I didn't get you back. I know, I got you. Like they're not even going to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with money, bro, like if I lend you something, I should not have to come looking for you. It's people that owe me. I owe some people right now. Well, I ain't done it right now, but
bro,
you already know.
When you hit me early and said that, bro,
I know he cringed, bro. I know he cringed.
Yeah, I was gonna spank you, bro. I was really not gonna get into you, bro, because I was like,
bro,
I'm not coming looking for that, bro. Like,
I know,
it's no timetable on that.
I know, bro, but like you get people that just will abuse the situation, bro. It's like, you know, like.
But is that you letting that happen, though?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm to get to. Like, you gotta know, okay, bro, no, because you won't acknowledge the last time, or you just come around and you just doing it because you know I'm gonna look out. Like it's people that like I relied and spent money on. I don't even expect it back, bro. It's like, all right, it's cool.
Really?
It's cool. It's been years. It's been this long. You don't say nothing. You walk around like everything cool. In tech, it is cool. You just won't give me again.
Yeah. So I mean, what makes it easier? Is it family that makes it easier? Is it friends that makes it easier? Is there a cutoff? Is there a cutoff? Like just being generous to
anybody that I feel like I'm not taking the L if it's anyone that would do it for me. If you would do it for me, I will get. I don't care if it's my last.
Don't ask me for something that I can't ask you.
Yeah, but like if it's a random person asking for a large amount of money that I can't ask them for, like, bro, you wouldn't even consider it. Like,
right.
Like you asking me for $400 or something like that, you wouldn't consider it. Like if I say, hey, well, I need $400, you gonna look at me like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's a cutoff, bro. Like, you know, can I count on you?
Yeah, I mean, because then you ask me for $400, then you gonna ask me for $400 to give me back that $400 that you borrowed the first time.
Yeah, well, it's like you're not good for it because the dub, I had to wait a year for the dub, or you pretended like I never lent you the dub. Now you're asking for $100, now it's $200, now it's $300. I'm like, come on, bro, you wasn't even good for the dub. Like,
yeah, I feel like you gotta know your person.
Yeah, bro, like it's not even the money. Like my my right hand man or whatever. Like the godfather of my kids. Like I told you, 2020. Like we talked about, it was a little time. So I told him, bro, like this B-Day was coming up. My uncle, Mike Quick, shout out to Mike Quick, shout out to my North Carolina fan, played for the Eagles, 5 receiver. I'm gonna put you out there one more time, Mark, 6-time Pro Bowl. But anyway, my man always looking out. So I told him, like, you know what, bro? You don't, just like you don't press for the bread back. Let me do you a favor, bro. I don't know why I ain't think of this all this time. I called my folks out North Carolina and said, can you get Uncle Mac on the phone? Well, we call him Uncle Tony. So can you get Uncle Tony on the phone? I never asked him for an autograph in my life because that's my uncle. Right. So I said, Uncle, can you send me a jersey up here to my right hand man? Godfather, always looking out since Fullsville. I could give him the money back that I owe him, but I know this would be priceless. Right. Like, this is something that if I'm gone, he can hang this up. Like, my man really made this happen. Right. My uncle go above and beyond, sign a picture of him playing, put an Eagles hat in his. I think he signed the jersey too. One of my old Eagles throwback, the Kelly Green joint. Oh, yeah. It's hanging up in his crib. I'm happy. Like right then and there, every time we go in this crib, he like my man. He get to show this off, even if I'm gone off the earth. My man made that happen.
Right.
That's a priceless moment, bro. Like, so it's not all about money. Like, bro, you can owe me $1,000, but if you look out that one time that I need you, I'm good. The slate is clean. I'm not.
Shit, ball.
Yeah, like you know, my man came through when I needed him to come through, or like you said earlier, he did some shit that he didn't have to do.
Right.
That's how he looked at it. Like, bro, you know, you ain't have to call your uncle and ask for that, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you made something happen that everybody out here can't do. You know, I got it. Even as an Eagles fan, now I got an Eagles autographed jersey hanging up in my house, bro. Like,
Right.
so it's just that, bro.
Yeah, man. Just do what you can, man, for the people. You know, make sure that you value yourself. You
Most
did.
definitely, man.
And don't let people walk over you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, this is another week of the Intellect Connect podcast. We missed last week because we had some in-house situations going on, but you know everything is back. And
Yes, it is.
even if we miss a week, we'll make sure to make it up for the next week. You know.
Yeah.
With that being said, man, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, like and comment, man. Pass this on to somebody that you might not know might need this. You dig what I'm telling you?
Definitely, please. We're gonna post polls too on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Give us time.
Post polls, because I didn't understand what this nigga just
Post
said.
polls.
I didn't know what he said. I thought he said postpone.
Postpone.
We're gonna post polls on
I'm
social
dehydrated,
media.
man. My tongue is.
It's all good.
I ain't had my daily Mountain Dew. I did. I'm lying, but Mountain Dew get me though. But another thing, y'all. Shout out to my boy Shen. I left the candle in my car. I definitely hit y'all up on Twitter. I'm gonna post it. He supplied me with a nice little candle, a nice little organic apple juice. It was good, cinnamon. The candle as well. It burns for 30 hours.
Respect.
It really does burn for 30 hours.
Respect.
And go ahead, man. You could be.
What?
I let the candle burn like he told me to, and I rubbed it on her.
Whoa.
Nothing happened, bro. And
Oh
nothing.
my God.
But just for that, bro. Just y'all check that out, man. It's something that your lady can appreciate that, man. Candles smell very good, and then kind of multi-purpose, man. You gotta be.
Hey. I did not know where this man was going with that.
I know, man. I was saving that, man.
When you saying bed, I was like, "Fuck my
You
bed."
go
It
ahead
was a
and
candle.
but it definitely, bro. Nice little scent. And it got things going, man. So I supply y'all with the candle though, man. And
If you got any product that you want us to advertise or anything, man, send that in. I'm waiting for a care package from my man, Vale. He got Stunnables. He's in Atlanta. He got his own edible drinks
That's what's up, man.
drinks and food, man. He already told me he gonna send a care package. He'll be up here for Father's Day. He gonna bring me some ice cream. So we're gonna tap in.
Edibles?
Yes, we're gonna tap in with that. We're gonna show that off. Also, black owned. Zella Fermani, sure she did.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I got to catch her, man. I'm back working, so I'm gonna definitely
Fermani.
dive into that, man.
Fermani.
ZF, man.
Hey man, definitely make sure y'all tap into that. All right.
Most definitely, man.
It's another week of the Intellect Connect podcast. You got your man Cam. You got your boy D. And we out, man. Shout out to the intellects. The intellectuals?
Intellectual. We gotta come up with it.
No, it's the intellectuals. We the intellectuals.
Intellectual. We gotta come up with a little handshake too, man.
Yeah, sure. We're going, and also working on the intro to the podcast. We're going to actually post a video. We're gonna have a video for the intro.
You surprising me with stuff. That's what's up.
Hey, listen, I talked to my man Finesse. He got his own production company. Shout out to DJ Finesse and the DMV. Make sure y'all tap into him. Follow him on at DJ Finesse.
Shout out, bro. Shout out.
On Twitter, I believe, or it's just Finesse on Twitter. But he's on the move. But he said he's gonna lock in with us for June. So
That's a bet.
big things coming.
That's a bet.
But we out, man. Till next time.
All right, bet.